Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. Today we're going to check on what is currently blocking you and how to release those blocks. So, for pile number 1, we have Cancer, Gemini, Aries, and Taurus. Your card is the Precipice, the 20th Moon Mansion. For the second pile, we have Capricorn, Libra, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Your card is the Sleeper, the 28th Moon Mansion. And for the third pile, we have Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Virgo. Your card is the 22nd Moon Mansion with the Wedding. Okay, I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the cards, the signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is the 20th Moon Mansion with the Precipice. And already I think that one of the things that might be blocking you right now is the thought of having made a bad decision, or the thought that you might make a bad decision because you're on the verge of something. You're on the verge of something. There's also something here about flying too close to the sun. Maybe having very high aspirations and expectations, and that might also be hurting, blocking you at the moment. Okay, let's see. What do we have for pile number 1? What is blocking you at the moment? So we have the first quarter moon increasing in air, leaf stage with adaptability. We have the waxing crescent moon increasing in fire, the sprout stage, and the keyword is impulse. And also this is the waxing gibbous, waxing gibbous moon increasing in water, flower bud stage, and the keyword is passion. So it's interesting. Very interesting combination. You have 3 different elements, but you're missing the earth element. So I would say that this is something that really touches you deeply. So it's a decision that's really heartfelt. It's something that comes from deep inside your heart. It's also something that triggers you into action. And it feels like it's something that you have thought about for quite a while, and that you have tried to fit into your life, or you have tried to adapt to the idea. You have tried to make something out of this, to create something from these elements, but you're missing the earth element. So it's like the concretization, the materialization, how it's going to happen. So I feel like you're on the verge of making something real, concrete with this feeling and with this passion and with your ideas. Like your aspirations to me are really represented here by the sun. So flying close to the sun, flying close to perfection, to what you want, what is your ideal. Okay. What more do we have for pile number 1? Okay. So we have transmission, experience, mastery, brain power, telepathy. Sorry for the focus. Yeah, so yeah, it feels like you have thought about this for quite a while. It's a great focus, like it even has like a sort of psychic energy. There's some sort of psychic personality to this. Smoke, purification, union, community, protection. And healing, transformation, rebirth, confrontation, and emptiness. Sorry. Okay. Already I sense that in order for you to materialize this energy, you might have to empty the vessel first. So to empty yourself a little bit, to become available, to become able to contain the energy that is coming. Because as you materialize your ideas and your dreams and your aspirations, you are also going to get a feedback. So this is like a continuous cycle. And in order for you to be available to receive that energy, you have to empty yourself a little bit first. So you have Sun in Gemini with versatility and adaptability. Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery. It feels like you want to adapt to the times, like you want to adapt to what is coming, you want to adapt to the world around you. You want to have an answer for something. You want to have an approach that makes you feel good. And also spontaneous. It's like you want things to be more spontaneous, more There's a kind of openness in this adaptability and versatility. It's very interesting. Okay, there's a lot of cards, but I'll go with the flow. Venus in Aquarius with detachment. Okay, maybe this is the emptiness that I was talking about. So healing comes from detaching, not only from the outcome. That's something that we usually say when we're trying to achieve something, to detach from the outcome and just focus on the work, because that's what will get you there. And worrying too much about the outcome is sometimes a big hurdle for people who are trying to materialize their dreams. But I'm sensing like this is a more spiritual detachment. So emptying yourself also, from all the expectations, social expectations, your own expectations, family, friends, professional. There's something here that's really holistic. It's very focused on you. And maybe this is also a time of kind of remodeling your identity. Your personality might be changing, and that's fine, but that takes a little bit of time to adjust and also to see the results and to get the feedback. So I would say that being very gentle and kind to yourself, and also seeking community and protection, because it seems like you're going through this metamorphosis. You're on the precipice of a metamorphosis. Saturn in Libra with devotion. Mercury in Capricorn with organization. And Sun in Scorpio with endurance. Okay. Let me get you some tarot so that I can see what this part of the reading is about. So, what is this transformation for you? We have the Empress with creativity. It's about what you're manifesting in your life, what you're materializing, what you're seeing, like parts of yourself that you're seeing on the outside, how you see yourself in the things that you do, in the people around you, your surroundings. Does it reflect you? Does it reflect who you are? I'm not only seeing like, is it rich enough? Is it colorful? Are the shapes pleasant? Do you feel happy with the things around you? I'm also sensing like, is it too much clutter? Is it empty enough? It's interesting. This is a question that just came up in my mind right now. Is it empty enough? Because you need space for something new. So is it empty enough? Is there silence, space? Two of Wands with possibilities. To be open to possibilities, you need to have space and silence. The Dream with the Six of Cups. Yes, this is a big aspiration. It's something that you have dreamt of maybe ever since you were a child. I think you're going to reminisce. Maybe this reading is taking you there to a memory. Maybe it's because of the pictures or the colors, or just because of what I'm saying. There is something like when you were a child that you dreamt of that I feel like is going to bubble up to the surface suddenly, and that will require you to readjust and to rethink what you're doing. But I also think that it will reassure you, because the blocks here are also about doubting, like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right decision? And I think that that memory will remove the doubts, because you know this is your dream come true. Guidance with the Three of Pentacles. There you go. You're being guided in the material realm. You're being guided to achieve your dreams and materialize your dreams and see them like face to face, to touch. There's something that you're really going to interact with. It's also going to create a sort of system. Maybe it will require your attention. Maybe that's why you need more space and silence. The Eight of Swords with guilt. So I do feel like you need to follow your angels, let's say. You see, you have angels to follow. You have to follow them, because that's the way you silence the other stuff around you. maybe you'll see them in your dreams, or you will see them in meditation. There's a deep spiritual connection that will come to you to free you from this interference. Adventure with the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, the Thunderbolt, and this is the King of the King of Cups, with healing again. You have healing. I do feel like you have doubts because you're still healing. That's why you have doubts. And also, this is going to heal you. It's the materialization of this dream that's going to also finish this process of healing. And you do this by following those angels, those guides, and also releasing this memory. The Miser, the Four of Pentacles, existence. This is the Magician. These two. You have delay with the Four of Swords and the Four of Wands with participation. You have help. So you're being guided towards a group of people who is going to help you. Now I understand also why I see organization here. And this is, it seems to be like a very power organization, very powerful. And they know how to use that energy of the sun. They understand how to direct it to control the primal forces, or to direct them, to engage with them, but never let those primal forces be overwhelming and take charge, so that you become doubtful, impulsive, and unclear about what you want. You also have community, participation, organization. So this might have something to do with you finding a community that is pleasant, healthy, that has the creative power, the creative potential is there, the ability to materialize. So it might be about also accessing resources. This organization might have access to resources that are useful for you and that can help you materialize your dreams. But this is about making space. So I've talked about the block, and now you need to make space for something else. And it feels like that if you don't do it by yourself, you might be forced into with the Tower, into emptying yourself. So it would be better if you met this challenge voluntarily. It would be better if you met this challenge voluntarily, because it will give you access to kind of magical powers to create things, and also to be unburdened by a certain loneliness, and to be unburdened because you don't need to do it all by yourself. There's a community um, behind you or beside you, let's say, that wants to support you. There's an army of angels that wants to support you and to protect you from the interference, from the doubts, from all the feelings that put you down, that confuse you, that delay. And it's all about you being very present in the moment, very honest, very spontaneous, without fear of judgment. So I think you'll be surprised by this, by the characteristics of this community. You'll be pleasantly surprised and also transformed by this possibility of unity. And you feel the comfort. You'll feel that comfort, that protective bubble that will give you a lot of peace of mind, and it will relax your nervous system. It will show you things like totally different landscapes. And I think you'll be very inspired if you're a creative person specifically. And if you need that inspiration, I do feel like once you remove this block, you will get that in your life. And that's really positive, because it will also release a lot of creative potential. It will make you believe again in your skills and in your capacity to achieve your dreams. It's going to be great for self-esteem and for the image that you have of yourself. But it comes from emptiness first, from this sense of acceptance and forgiveness. Okay, I am not really sure about what's to come. I am just available to receive whatever comes. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. So you have the 28th moon mansion with the sleeper, and this card is about waiting. It is about a kind of hibernation. But this is telling me that instead of just passively waiting for things to happen, although you might not be able to act upon them immediately, you should be reassured that your vision and your capacity to anticipate the future and to have premonitions or to have a certain intuition about what's going to happen is going to be vital later on. Okay, so let's see what is blocking you at the moment. What is blocking pile number 2? And yeah, let's start with, okay, so this is the last quarter moon, decreasing in fire, fall stage, and the keyword is opposition. Okay, so there's opposing forces here. There you go. So you have the first quarter also increasing in fire, leaf stage, and the keyword is competitiveness. So I think I'll put these two like that. So sorry for the focus. Okay, so there's some resistance that you're facing. Now let's see where it comes from. Where does it come from? And this one. Yes. Impediments. Oh, the focus today isn't really working with me. Okay. Impediments. Rules, willpower, refusal, discipline, responsibility. I don't know why the focus isn't working. Sorry for that. Fields, collective, service, harvest, equanimity, and test. Envy, fear, target, hard choices, separation. Interesting. So what is blocking you? It does feel to me like what is blocking you is outside of your control. It's not something that you control. It might be a person or a situation. Mars in Libra with choice. Saturn in Taurus with ostentation. Sun in Aries with assertion. Oh, wow. Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle. Saturn in Virgo with isolation. And Jupiter in Gemini with bluff. I'm getting a story already. And it feels like a situation with someone in particular is influencing this block. So it does feel like it's something intentional, and that it is something that is directed at you specifically. Like someone doesn't want you to succeed, and they might not be in direct contact with you constantly, but they have some sort of power. They have some sort of influence on the situation, but it's not something that you see. It does feel like this person has some sort of influence on the collective, or on a collective that you're part of. It's like they see you as a threat. They see you as a threat. Maybe they see you as competition, and you don't see them in the same way. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like they're putting you in a corner, like they're characterizing you, or they're putting you in a corner where you're kind of harmless, or where you can't see them. Maybe it's where you can't see them. Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, Eight of Cups. It's like you can't see them. You're turning away from them. You're turning away from them. But they have something that would be rightfully yours, or that you could compete for if you had a chance, if you saw it, if you had the opportunity. But someone is hiding it from you. Again, blindfolds, turning your back. Eight of Swords. Blindfolds. You're not seeing it. And that's why the situation is dormant. Seven of Cups. And that's why it's confusing. That's why you don't know where to direct this energy. It's confusing. begin with the blindfolds, Two of Swords. You don't have all the data. You don't have all the information. Three of Pentacles. You need to work for that. Seven of Pentacles. You need to get something specific out of this. You need to understand something that you're not seeing. There's someone who's probably obscuring. It's like you're seen as competition and they're kind of, no, maybe I will. It's not that they're lying, they're just omitting. I will omit this part. And it isolates you from something that is useful. And it is because maybe when you presented yourself to this person, you were kind of like showing off a little bit, or just being very relaxed and confident and assertive in your beliefs or your energy. And that was seen as, okay, I need to protect myself from this person because they might take this opportunity from me, or they might compete with me in a certain area, and I don't want that. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. The Chariot. Feels like there's one more. And the Emperor. Okay, there you go. So clearly there's something, someone maybe, that is relieving you, let's say, of your authority over a situation. And they do that because they're not being honest, totally honest about what's happening. And they're afraid that if you have all the information, you will have a slice of this. They will have to share something with you. And they know that you're very much capable of this adjustment and that you are entitled to this. So I think that you should approach this with care, but also to continue to be assertive, because it does feel like you have the right to this. It's not unfair, okay? It's something that is a part of your kingdom. This is a part of your kingdom, of your territory. And this person is trying to put you in the corner. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing, actually. So it's like you have this, imagine that you have this piece of land that you own on paper, but there's a person that's challenging that, and they're saying, no, you only own this little square here. And they're putting you there, and they're obscuring the truth with like withholding documents or some sort of information. And you're then like confused. You're just confused. And you're not seeing something. So that's what's blocking you at the moment. Because actually you're in your energy, in your territory, is the rights to something, is the authority over something. The authority over something. It's like it's your decision. Your decision is being stolen from you. Your capability to decide, to do what's best for yourself and for your vision is being stolen from you because you're not seeing something. And it does feel like it's deliberate. It's someone who is doing something behind your back. And it's going to be a testing situation. But it's better if you clear this up, because you will stop being a target for this action, because it's actually interfering with your energy. It's like draining your energy behind your back. It's like, you know what I saw in my mind? I saw, these cartoonish ways of expressing the idea of hypnosis. Like, you are feeling sleepy, you are now becoming a chicken, something like that. Like, now you're not yourself, you're something else, and you're very small, and you only have the right to that little square over there. Don't mind this huge piece of land, with all the riches and all the things that you're entitled to. This is now not yours because chicken can't manage land, something like that. Something really, and it's menacing. It's menacing to them if you come into your power, because you have a lot of power, and that can be scary. And you have the ability to manage things. You see the full picture. If you see the full picture, you see a bigger picture than this person, and that's very scary, because then you have the authority over them, and it's the natural authority. It's the authority that was kind of God-given. So it's something that is natural to you. It's not something that is like tyrannical or something like that. Although there is a certain authority here. But I don't feel like it's tyrannical, because it is about your will. It's about your autonomy and your rights. And someone stealing that from you is never going to be a fair situation. There's some sharing that needs to occur, okay? So this can be material, this can be property rights to something, it can be, of course, money. That's the obvious thing. And that's what I am seeing, something material, but it can also be about your vital energy, your opportunities, like someone stealing opportunities. Yeah. So that's what's blocking you. It's maybe not addressing this situation, or not questioning yourself, like, okay, where is this coming from? And of course this has to fit into your situation. If it doesn't fit, then this reading isn't for you. It's okay, that's fine, maybe next time. But this is this is very clearly for a situation very specific like that. Okay, I hope this helped. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is the 22nd moon mansion with the wedding. And the wedding has many different meanings, but it's making things official. It also has to do with keeping up with the appearance of something, and with the social expectations, with how others see you or what you do. So the official, the public life, doing something that is socially acceptable and well considered, like something that is, it has this kind of official weight. But this can be so many things, and as a block, let's see. So what is blocking you? What is blocking pile number 3? And is there anything more? Yeah. Okay. So this is the last quarter moon, decreasing in fire, fall stage, and the keyword is opposition. And this is the waning crescent moon. And this is decreasing in earth, seed stage, with negotiation. Negotiation. So interesting. So this is the waning gibbous moon, decreasing in fire, fruit stage, and the keyword is confidence. Okay, so this might be about signing something, making a deal, making something official, declaring something. And also maybe having to take a stand, like a bold stand, confident about something. But it seems like it's something that's well accepted. Although there's opposition, it's like people have to accept it. They have no other... They have to accept it. Okay, they have to accept it. Okay. Mutation. Sudden change, authenticity, justice, ego death. Travel, seasickness, being lost, disorientation, release. The focus isn't really working, sorry. Tradition, resurrection, truth, sincerity, clear path. And songs, synesthesia, spirits, communion, modulation. So it's something like you're being honest and they have no other chance but to accept something from you, to accept your proposal or to accept your truth. How is this a block? I am not seeing a block yet. What is blocking you? Sun in Gemini with versatility. Sun in Libra with harmony. Sun in Taurus with acquisition. This is Sun energy. Mars in Capricorn with authority. And Moon in Gemini with adaptability. You have the World represented by Shakti. The Fool represented by Shiva, Nataraj. Queen of Cups. The Hierophant. And the Ace of Wands. There's also this one, Queen of Wands or Staves. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Wow, Blessings of Babaji. This card it blesses everything that it touches, and you can choose another card that will kind of superimpose on this energy and expand from it. the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Very creative. It feels like I'm talking to very creative people. Very artistic also. There's something about music here. There's something about music and how you connect to other people through music. So what I see already is that there isn't that much opposition to what you want to do if you're very confident about what you're doing, and also if you are not really minding too much what other people see, like the social expectations, but it's more like your idea, your concept of what society expects. I don't think it's that real, actually. It's more like your own vision of what it is. But in fact, what happens is also, it's actually very different in reality. So what people think, what people see when they look at your work, or when they appreciate your energy, when they sense your presence, when they listen to your music, when they enjoy the things that you do, it seems like it's very different from what you think it is. And the only thing that you need to do is to just be confident about who you are and what you do. And it's because that path is the blessed path. There's no blocks there. The only blocks are in the feedback that you get, because it's the interpretation of the feedback. The wheel. Judgment. And the Six of Wands. So public judgment, fearing public judgment, is what is blocking you. And it's actually right there that you will have success and victory. And it happens because you're confident. It doesn't happen because other people. So what I'm trying to say is that there's going to be people who are going to hate what you do, or to just ignore, and they're not going to listen, or they're not going to enjoy, and that's fine. And the trick is to, when you get feedback, to think that, okay, this person thinks like that, this one person just ignored, maybe this person doesn't even know that I exist. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm confident about what I'm doing, and that I have a sort of filter that works on the feedback that comes to me, so that it doesn't erode my confidence, and it just increases it. And that's a sort of wisdom that you need to explore. It feels to me like you need to it's also very important to be with people who are like that, and to also talk to them, to be in their presence, or to try to understand where they get that knowledge from. So, and also if you're working with written papers and documents, I would say that the decisions that you make also have to be informed by both your heart as well as your mind, and knowledge and wisdom and wise counsel. So if you need to consult someone, this is also something that will help you unblock this. It will help you gain more authority over what's happening. It will give you a stronger hand to negotiate your position. It also feels to me like your position of, so gaining a position of authority and being validated socially for what you do also has to do with you connecting with people from the heart. They see, if they see and sense this honesty and directness and heartfelt communication, they will instantly assume that you know what you're talking about because it's heartfelt. There's something very emotional here. Maybe you're also dealing with other creative people that also might need support, or maybe this is a network, or this is a group that's working together, a collaboration. So there are a lot of blocks, like small tiny blocks, that derive from this big block. And the big block is the concept that you have of what society sees of you and of what you do, your work. And also you might be on the verge of being kind of tested with the judgment here, and you might feel like that is going to happen, that there's going to be a sort of evaluation or a moment of truth, and that's quite, I don't know, maybe scary, and maybe you need some kind of support, and you know, but you know it's very truthful, you know it's going to shine. Something is going to shine. Maybe it's you that's going to shine. Maybe it's your work, and maybe it's the whole group that's going to be under the spotlight. But it's going to be a great opportunity to expand on that knowledge, to also gain experience. And I do feel like it's so positive. It's a very, very positive reading. Actually, in the beginning, I wasn't really seeing what the block could be. It's so positive. It's so uplifting. It really seems like a spiritual connection happens also during, I don't know, maybe a performance, maybe it's song, maybe it's music, maybe you are listening to music and enjoying music. There's something here about enjoying art and enjoying the process of creation. Um, it generates so much love. So maybe it's the love of the audience, it's the love of fans, I don't know, something very, very positive. You're being very uplifted by this. The only thing that can block that is your own concept of what society expects, of what you think people see when they see you. All those are kind of preconceived, maybe stereotypical. So it's like you misplace authority. You place too much authority or too much weight on that, and maybe there are other things that are actually much more important and have a much bigger impact. Maybe they're not evident. They're not, like, particularly they don't stick, they don't show themselves so much. Maybe they are things that are more subtle, but they're there. If you look at them, they're there. And maybe there's some sort of kind of wise patience required for them to be revealed to you, or for you to just give them the strength and the power that they really have, the weight that they have. There's also something else here that's really interesting, which is that if you're very confident about what you're doing, you're actually also changing society as a whole, or a collective, or a community. There's a feeling of communion with a larger group here that can be a little bit disorienting. because you're receiving too much energy, you're receiving too many concepts, like channeling too much information. And sometimes artists can be like that, like antennas, right? They're very open to the inspiration, to the muses. And sometimes it can get a bit noisy, right? It can get a bit crowded. And to be also wise to choose the right path, the right spirit to embody, the right energy to put into your music or into your art or into your creation, or to bring to the group. I think that you're also going to be seen as a leader, okay? Maybe you were expecting to be led, but actually you're going to lead, and that requires a lot of confidence. But it's like the more you enjoy it, and the more you have fun, and the more it's about love, the more it's about the things that you love doing, and the more you focus on that, the more people will see other qualities in you that they also aspire to, that they also want to follow, that they also want to acquire. You know, I see this couple here, and it's very appealing, you know, like that, glamorous. They seem like they're very glamorous. They have a very nice life, right? Comfortable, and they have everything they need. They are going to the party, they're enjoying themselves. So there's something about that, like this community that also gets to enjoy something, but from the heart. It's not something superficial like fake or anything, because there's a lot of makeup here and ornaments, but it's what is beneath that. It's the abundance that leads to the possibility of the delicate, of the sublime, of the details. So yeah, it seems like you're very soon you're going to have to adapt to a different concept of what society expects from you. Maybe this is also going to surprise you. Maybe there's a moment that is going to test that concept, to test your skills, or to, and maybe it's going to be a bit sudden. Maybe it's something that is unexpected, but you're ready for it, and it's like you're already there. Spiritually, emotionally, you're already there. And the only thing that you have to have in that moment, and specifically with this situation, is confidence, because it's the thing that makes all the difference. It's just being confident in what you do and reminding yourself where you come from, what's in the origin, what's the essence of what you do and what you want to do. Remind yourself of that, because it doesn't mm, it's not going to be it's not going to change because of other people. But it's bad if you think, oh, but other people won't understand, and we're not really connecting, so I'm just going to, pack up my stuff and leave. And I think that that's a loss. I think that it would be great if you were much more confident and just stand your ground and say, no, this is who I am. This is what I love doing, and my love is sincere, so it doesn't really matter. I'm having fun, and I'm eventually going to involve other people in this energy. Even if in the surface, in the first contact that you have, even if it's awkward for a little while, it's going to be fine in the end. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, the lighter it gets for you. Because it seems like it goes from this feeling of confusion because you're interacting with different energies that kind of unbalance, that test your balance. It goes from this kind of dizziness, feeling of dizziness, like sickness, to, okay, I'm focused on my truth. You focus on the truth and on who you are, on the love that you have for the things that you do. You focus on that, and suddenly it harmonizes, and it's like music. So you go from dissonance to a song. So I was trying to see if there's anything else, but the only thing that comes up is confidence. Confidence. This, maybe you have to write that word in like really big letters and stick it on the wall or something like that, or maybe listen to affirmations about confidence or write about it. There's something about you building that confidence. Because that confidence is what's going to break through this wall, destroy this block, and create. It's confidence is what creates in your life right now. Okay, thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.